Speaker. This bill was introduced on January 16th by Chairman Abney as the budget bill. On June 16th, it was sub-aid with the current budget bill. Pursuant to Rule 14E, our budget bill must sit for 7 days after the House Finance vote. This proposal increases our 2020 budget by 18%, $1.8 billion to $11.8 billion approximately. This reads like a budget bill. For all intents and purposes, in our opinion, sir, it is a budget bill. I think to take the position that it is a budget bill, but not the budget bill, which Rule 14E anticipates, I think that's elevating form over substance and offends the spirit of the rules. We have hundreds and hundreds of pages of documents that we've gotten in the past few days. We got a 285-page budget analysis last night at 8:30 from Larry Berman, describing what we'll be voting on today. And I just think it's fair to the membership and the public to be able to understand what's in this bill before we consider it. So I would move that the bill is actually make a point of order that the bill is improperly before the body.
Thank you, Leader Filippi. I appreciate your comments, and since you addressed them as a point of order, I will respond to them the best I can. Our legal opinion, and that's that of several attorneys, we looked into it before it was posted, was that this budget, it's not the budget, it's the revised budget, the supplemental, does not need to sit on the desk. That is the opinion of our counsel. We've looked back into the past, and these budgets have not sat on the desk for 7 days. They've followed a similar pathway. And relative to the number of documents, now I've sat on finance before. If you sit on finance for the entire year, you get all of the documents all along the way, probably 6 and 8 times. And if you sit on, and I know you don't sit on it, you go in as an ex officio member, so you don't sit there every day, but any member sitting on finance from January through June knows that budget pretty well and should have gotten every document that's been given several times. Now, I know you've had multiple hearings on every issue, on every document that you've gotten recently. They've been given previously, and I regret that you haven't been on the committee and haven't gotten them yourself, but the committee members have. So there is no new information, and relative to the increase in the budget, that's actually not correct. There is no new state spending. We are recording federal spending. Please, I would appreciate you acknowledging that. It's all new federal spending. It's the $600 per week per employee going through the Department of Labor and Training, and all of the COVID federal money that we're spending. It gets recorded as revenue and it gets recorded as expense. We certainly want to take that in and have our society benefit by it. It's recorded, but it's federal money. We have not increased our budget, but the COVID response money, which there's nothing you could do but receive and spend that money. So the budget's not increased. This is a budget that ends in 2 weeks. There are no new policy decisions being made. It's the supplemental budget. It has to be done by the 30th. And I find that your point of order, I'm going to overrule your point of order.
And Mr. Speaker, I'll concur that your analysis on the federal versus state, I was speaking to the total budget, has changed, just like our regular budget. Our $9.9 billion budget for 2020 includes state and federal spending, as did my analysis. Thank you. I will contest the ruling of the chair and appeal to the body.
Okay. Leader Filippi contests the ruling of the chair that this supplemental budget bill is appropriately before the body. As I've indicated, our legal analysis is that it is, and it's consistent with historical practice, and it's a budget that we have to hear before the 30th of June when our fiscal year ends. And I'll state for the record, there are no policy changes which are designed to raise revenue or cut expenses. You can't unspend money, and we have to balance the budget with our existing resources within the next 2 days. And 2 weeks, and I think this budget does that. So the ruling of the chair is it's properly before us, and we will now vote on that. If you, clerk, unlock the machine. If you support the ruling of the chair, please vote green, indicating the bill is properly before us. If you oppose the ruling of the chair and you don't believe the bill is properly before us, vote red. Representative Mendez, I believe your machine, your desk may have been locked for your 2 prior votes. I'm not sure. And I saw you voting. So you want to be recorded in the affirmative on the 2 consent calendars, correct?
Yes.
So ordered if they were not recorded, clerk. Representative Barros is present, clerk. Unlock his machine. Representative Barros, would you like to vote in the affirmative on the 2 consent calendars? Yes, he would. Same request for Representative Moore in both calendars, Representative, and Chairwoman Williams, same request. For Representative Moore and Chairwoman Williams and Representative Barros, affirmative on both consent calendars, clerk. Clerk, lock the machine. We have 57 in the affirmative, 14 opposed. The ruling of the chair is affirmed.